Good morning, Prudential Americana Group Realtors, for our video message of the week. All right, today we're going to talk about a silver lining. So what silver lining are we talking about? We're talking about traditional sellers, traditional inventory, you taking traditional listings. All right, let me share with you some facts, and then I'm going to get into some ideas of how powerful this is as an opportunity for you to grow your business. All right, first of all, some facts. And this is as of stats of this last Friday. Right now, 35% of our inventory sitting on the market today is traditional sellers. Today, traditional sellers. 20% of that, and this number is holding fairly steady, is bank-owned inventory. And leading the pack is 45% in short sale business. And short sales, again, continue to run and control the marketplace. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is not to stop you from doing anything that you're doing. So if you're doing business on bank-owned, or of course, if you're doing short sale business, continue to do what you do. But I want to share with you this silver lining, and that is this opportunity to add into your portfolio traditional sellers. So if you're not doing that after today's video message, you should be. All right, let's start. Couple key benefits. Now I want to share with you what are some of the key benefits, some of them being obvious, others I think not so obvious, of why should I focus in on traditional sellers. All right, first, no bank approval needed. Fairly obvious. No bank approval. You're dealing direct with the seller. Very, very important. How about this? Close quicker. You're able to close a transaction quicker than any of the other transactions, okay, for numerous reasons. And not only that, you increase your sold percentage of listings sold that you have per listings taken on traditional business. Because again, it's normal stuff. You find a buyer buys it, you deal with the normal challenges in the marketplace, and it closes. Not a lot of the other stuff that comes up. And some of the things that do come up, well, you're able to negotiate through that. All right, next, I love this one. You're able to control your price range and location. Now, you can do this on some business, but what's really awesome about this for traditional business is you might hear people saying, well, you know, the average price of the market is the average price of the market. There's really nothing you can do about that. That's absolutely correct. But you know what? You, as an individual, don't have to worry about the average sales price of the marketplace. You need to worry about your average sales price. So this is where you can pick a certain location and a certain price range and control your average price. Specifically, when you're having properties close quicker, now that's going to not only affect, like I said, your listing sold percentage, but it'll increase your average price if you're picking that specific area to increase that, specifically area that you're comfortable with. And I'll share a couple more ideas on that as well. All right, you can build more traditional referrals. People who tend, and this is not an exact, but people who tend to be in a traditional situation know other people that are in a traditional situation and own their house. It's funny. Do you ever, we always heard this, you go out, you buy that automobile, and then now you see that automobile all over town, every place you drive. Same type of thing. People who own their traditional house, be it whatever, they bought it a long time ago, it's free and clear, they put a ton of money down, whatever the case may be, is they tend to know other people in that same scenario. You can build referrals that way. Next on this point is, you'll hear people say, well, a big percentage of the traditional listings are investors who bought properties and are reselling them. Great. What a great opportunity for you to pick up a couple investors. I guarantee you, there's sales executives out there that are selling product for these investors, and the investor is not thrilled with the work they're doing. Or the investor does not see all the tools and support that they could have if they worked with you in Prudential Americana Group Realtors. So please, again, keep that in mind. That's not a negative. Go in search of, that opportunity and let that investor say, you know what? Hey, you're using another sales executive for those properties? Give me a shot. Let me show you what I can do for you. A great opportunity to build your inventory with investors. Maybe you only pick up one or two investors. That's great. More investors than you're working with now, regardless if you have some today or don't. All right, next. You can position yourself as the area expert. Think about this. You pick that area that you're comfortable with, an area that you know fairly well, and you position yourself as an expert in that area. Now, that may mean you're not only getting the traditional business from that area, you're also getting the short sale business and any other business that comes up. But what a great opportunity to position yourself. Even though we know your focus is going to be on, I'm going to get every traditional listing I can in this area, but I'm also going to position myself as the expert in that area. Very, very important. Next, position yourself, okay, for the future. How many of you believe this? Let's separate time frames. Let's stop trying to pick when things are going to adjust or change. Just look at the world, as I've said on many calls before or many messages before, it is what it is. So let's stop trying to change it. Let's look at it what it is today. All right, you're going forward. Do we believe that as we do this, eventually traditional listings will continue to increase? I do. I believe that. I think traditional, again, what's the time frame? Don't care. But I do know this. When traditional business continues to increase, I want to be positioned properly. And when's the best opportunity to position yourself for the future? Now. Be ahead, okay, of your competition. Position yourself today, and not only you're positioning your business, but you're positioning yourself ahead of your future competition. Great opportunity to do that. Because remember, your scripts will change depending if you're dealing with a REO property, a bank-owned, or you're dealing with a short sale, or you're dealing with what we're talking about today, a traditional property. Have selling agents excited about selling your properties. Think about that. How many of you, and I know you're out there, that have made a conscious choice that the first properties you show, and some of you, the only properties you show sometimes, and I'm not agreeing with this, I'm just telling you some facts here, that you show as traditional listings. Because you know what? You don't want to deal with the short sale. This is your buyer. You want to take your buyer out. You want to take them to a traditional listing. All right, why? Because you don't want to deal with the other stuff. Okay, be it the challenges on finalizing an REO opportunity to get the property, or dealing with the time frame differences in the short sale. So you focus on traditional. Well, wouldn't you want to be the sales executive that everyone's showing your inventory? All right, that would be a beautiful thing. And if you're spotlighting it that it's traditional inventory, even gets sales executive more excited to help and support you. All right, so what do I do to begin? Really quickly. Target a specific area. Pick an area that you're comfortable in, that you want to focus on. Keep in mind, make sure the area is a saleable area. You want to pick an area that you've already done your homework, that you know sales are happening. Buyers are interested in this area. It's turning over. You don't want to pick an area that there's no sales in. All right? Remember, pick that right sales price that you're comfortable with. Then you know where your commissions are going to fall, and you know the income you're going to earn by servicing those clients. I've already spoken with Equity Title. Equity Title is prepared to help develop a list for you. Just contact your sales rep that will take out all delinquencies, okay, delinquencies that are filed, and take out all bank-owned. So what you end up, it won't be perfect, but it'll end up with a fairly clean list of properties that are traditional sellers that you can either contact by phone or, of course, as always, get out there, because you're going to be doing this in one main area, maybe one main zip code, and then hit that area by knocking doors, meeting the people, doing an open house, inviting them to an open house, whatever the case may be. Final message for today. When's the time to start this? Now. Choose today to put your plan in place, okay, to create the opportunities, not only for today in the short term, but position yourself for the long term. Have a productive week, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.